I'm Dr. Cynthia Miller, and today I'd like to share with you my brags. My first one is when I was an assistant leader on the first Mount Everest cleanup trek in 1976. We hiked for 28 days up to the base of Mount Everest, up to 18,500 feet, and we picked up trash and built dump sites all along the way. We picked up trash from 43 different countries. Number two is I became one of the first women professional whitewater river guides. So another woman and I were the first two women to row a boat down the Grand Canyon with these amazing, huge rapids, and that trip lasted for 23 days. A few years later, I had the amazing opportunity to row a single boat in Alaska down the Alsek and Tachincini rivers. This was an 8-day trip where we camped on glaciers and maneuvered the boat through icebergs. One morning as we were leaving camp, this huge grizzly bear came out and stood up and let out this amazing roar. And I just started rowing like crazy to get out of there. At the end of this 8-day trip, a bush pilot came and took us back to civilization. So for 5 years, passengers trusted their lives to me as I guided them on the country's wildest rivers. So my next brag is about speaking in public. I've always been really afraid to speak up. And for the past 2 years, I was invited to New York City on speaking tour. Each year, the tour lasted about 12 days, and we gave 2 speeches every day. So there I was speaking with hibakusha, who are survivors from the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So one of the hibakusha would get up on stage and we would be talking to hundreds of high school students, and they would tell these absolutely gut-wrenching stories of what it's like to survive a bomb. And then I would stand up and say, "My father built the bomb." And the students' eyes would pop out and their jaws would drop, and they couldn't believe that we were on the same stage together talking. This year, we were joined by President Truman's grandson. President Truman is the president who signed the bill to drop the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And here's a letter from President Truman to my father, thanking my father for what he did in building the bombs. So on the second to last day, we were speaking at the Japan Society, and there were students from 9 different high schools, the Japanese press, and we were live stream videocast to Japan while being simultaneously translated. I had the very rare opportunity to apologize to the people of Japan for the bombing. I had always felt such guilt and shame about my father's hand in building those bombs. On the last day, in the last talk, there were 3 of us on stage. Clifton Truman Daniels, President Truman's grandson, and Shigeko Sasamori, this beautiful Japanese woman whose whole face had been really badly burned by the bomb. She's one of the Hiroshima maidens. Norman Cousins brought over 24 young girls whose faces had been really badly burned and provided surgery for these young girls. And Shigeko had had many surgeries on her face. And then I was present. So the 3 of us were on stage, and something quite magical happened that's very hard to describe. I could feel this energy of completion and healing that was global. It felt like somehow all of us coming together had created this worldwide healing or a worldwide completion of energy It was so profound. I felt so blessed. So I made this top as part of my trip to New York. I just wanted to throw that in. I know I am here to change the world in some way. So I'm so excited to be working with all of you as we each step into our magnificence and we each help to create a better world for everyone. I'm Dr. Cynthia Miller. Bye.